All right, we're talking Philly versus New York City, okay? Which one's better to live in? All right, Philadelphia, end of video. This is the ultimate real estate comparison. All right, if you're thinking about moving to the Northeast in general, there's one question that comes up, and we get it a lot. It comes up over and over and over again. Should you live in Philly or should you live in New York City? All right, so these two cities, these two iconic cities, are about 95 miles apart. Now, when it comes to the cost of living, home prices, lifestyles, everyday life, they couldn't be more different. All right, today's video, we're going to compare Philly and New York City. All right, head to head, we're going to talk about pricing, neighborhoods, entertainment. We're talking about transportation, job opportunities, and what people who actually live in these cities have to say. So by the end of the video, you will have a much better idea which city fits your lifestyle, your budget, etc. All right, let's jump right in. So home prices, we got to start there. Philadelphia wins on affordability, hands down, which is one of the biggest factors in buyers choosing a house. The average home price in Philadelphia is about $280,000, somewhere around $300,000. Now, check out our other videos, but if you're looking to live in Roxborough, South Philly, you can get single homes, you can get row homes, you can get a lot for your money, bang for your buck. Very attainable for first-time home buyers. Now, if you want to compare that to New York City, median home price across all 5 boroughs is typically around triple that, almost $800,000. And Manhattan, forget about it. It's common to see condos and co-ops over $1 million. And even if you're renting in one of these cities, the cost is significant difference. All right, Philadelphia, nice one-bedroom apartment between $1,500, maybe $1,800. New York City, especially in Manhattan, or let's call it the trendy areas of Brooklyn, that same apartment is going to be near triple that, $3,500, $4,000 a month. So if affordability is your top priority, Philadelphia absolutely is the clear winner. Property taxes and the cost of living isn't the only expense, okay? So overall, New York City is one of the most expensive cities in America. Groceries, restaurants, parking, entertainment, childcare, literally almost everything costs more. Now, Philadelphia certainly isn't cheap by any means. Your dollar does stretch much further. So many people moving from New York say that they're shocked about how much house they can buy in Philadelphia, including investors, for the same monthly payment. So some former New Yorkers even purchase homes with backwards garages, finished basements, the garage around the back, and they were paying for less in rent for an apartment. All right, so jobs and career opportunities. Let's talk turkey. Let's talk affording that turkey. Now, New York City has a huge advantage here. If you're working in finance or media or advertising, fashion, publishing, New York offers opportunities that just don't exist anywhere else. So the city is home to Wall Street, television networks, Fortune 500 companies, although we got those too here. And some of the biggest employers in the world are in New York City. Now, Philadelphia absolutely has a super strong job market, no doubt. It's known for healthcare, education, biotech, government, logistics, growing tech companies. So some of our major employers include hospital systems, universities, pharmaceutical companies, financial service firms. We got Comcast, we got, Xfinity. Many professionals choose to live in Philadelphia and then they'll commute a few days each week to New York because the housing costs are significantly lowered. Depending on when you leave, you get there in about an hour and a half now. Forget about traffic. Transportation in both cities have extensive public transportation systems New York subway system runs 24 hours a day, and it literally takes you from every corner of the city. Owning a car is not necessary. In Philadelphia, we've got septic, which includes subways, buses, trolleys, regional rails. It makes it very easy to get around without driving in many neighborhoods. Not one necessarily gets you from one end to another. So driving is generally easier in Philadelphia, although it's annoying. But traffic definitely exists, but parking is more available. So owning a vehicle in Philly is more practical than it is in New York City, but not necessary either, unless you're on the outskirts. So if you're somebody who loves entertainment, both cities are excellent, but they're different in ways too. I mean, New York City's got world famous attractions, Broadway shows, Times Square, Statue of Liberty, museums coming out to Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art, professional sports, concerts, fine dining. Where does it end? This is literally something happening every day. Now, so does Philadelphia. It has a lot to offer. I mean, heck, America was born here. Historic landmarks, Independence Hall, Liberty Bell, the Museum of Modern Art, Reading Terminal Market, so awesome. The Italian Market, I don't know, New York. We got the Boathouse Row, we got Fairmount Park, we got professional sports teams too. Go Birds, and go Sixers. Excellent food scene. Of course, we got cheesesteak, roast pork sandwiches, soft pretzels. It's one of the best restaurant scenes on the East Coast. Absolutely. Philadelphia and New York. So Philly gives you like big city amenities, but you're not overwhelmed. The lifestyles could be different. I think this is probably where the biggest difference starts. So New York City absolutely moves fast. People are in a hurry. The streets are crowded. The pace is it's intense. Now, a lot of people want that. It's exciting. That's what they want. Some people, it's exhausting. Philadelphia has a noticeably slower pace, but it's almost the same depending on where you are, especially in Center City. But it's described as maybe more relaxed, easier to navigate. You can kind of build like more long-term relationships. There's stronger community identities. They know their local coffee shop owners. Each neighbor is a neighborhood. So just a big, strong sense of pride. All right, so what are people saying about living in New York? So people who love New York usually say things. They love the energy, the diversity, the career opportunities, incredible food culture, endless entertainment. They appreciate not needing a car. So what kind of complaints do they have? Cost of living, high rent, tiny apartments, crowded trains, long work hours, constant noise. That sounds like Philly. Many residents in Philadelphia, you're paying a premium for literally everything. So Philadelphians, they're describing the city authentic, affordable compared to other cities, but also very expensive. Walkable, friendly, parking, tree-lined streets. Appreciate owning. You can own a home without even extremely high salary. Being close to New York City, close to Washington, New Jersey beaches, the Poconos. So Philly isn't perfect. A lot of neighborhoods struggle with crime, and a lot of areas need continued investing. Public schools they have a very terrible rating. A lot of the catchments are good though. But the value in the city outweighs those challenges, definitely. So which one is right for you? Which one wins? All right, choose Philadelphia. No, but choose New York City if you want the biggest career opportunities, fast-paced environment, world-class entertainment, and you're comfortable with paying significantly more. You're paying for what you get, right? Now, choose Philly. Choose Philly. If you want to buy a home sooner, you value more affordability, a little slower paced, major city. You want more bang for your buck, more space for your money. And if you're only looking at a strictly real estate perspective, Philadelphia absolutely far more value for your dollar. Investors and homeowners alike. Your budget simply goes a lot further. All right, so final thoughts. At the end of the day, there's no universal winner. Call me and we'll work it out. Help you with all your real